Okay, Pablo, can you tell us where you were born and your memories of growing up in Jamaica?
Is it where?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, in St. Andrew. St. Andrew is like part of Kingston, same way. You know, Kingston. You know. Well, when I was younger, you know, I used to sneak out of my house, you know, in the younger days and go and listen to sound up in Cassava Peace, you know. That's why even later on I named my music Cassava Peace because that was one of the first dance halls I used to go to, what was close to me. Because I lived in an area called Havendale, you know. I also made a song called Havendale Rock too. But as you come out of Havendale, that's a get, you know, you have a ghetto area, you know. Because each area, you have a ghetto area around it, you know, at the outskirts. That's where it is, you know, in Kingston. So I used to just sneak out in the nights and go and listen to Sir George and those sounds, you know. Yeah, because I used to just love it. Sometimes Leroy Hypnos might come there and sing on my car, you know. You know, never have much DJ, but I used to just go there to listen to the sound because in my house where I am, I could hear the steel and chopping, you know, from so far. I lose far still, you know, a good little listen, but you know, the steel and there's some big round ones that I used to have in those years. And that used to draw me because when I hear the music, you know, I couldn't stay in my house. Not in TV or nothing could hold me, you know. I'd sneak out, I get a lot of beating for them thing there, but you know, love of music, for the love of music, you know.
What particular records were you?
Pardon me?
What particular records did you love it?
Studio One and Moody's, you know, Moody's label, you know, and Clancy Eccles, you know, used to produce some good songs those years too, and a lot of different producers, you know. Derek Hart, you know, Beverly's, you know.
Yeah.
All of the labels that I used to support every one of them because I was just a music lover.
So when did you decide that you wanted to actually be a musician?
Well, I always had a dream like I more saw myself as a singer, you know. So I always have this little vision like I'm singing, you know. Because I really have singing inside of me, but I more express it in the instruments, you know. You know, I have two songs I sing, like on the last album, Blowing in the Wind, you know. A song I sang to His Majesty.
My song.
Huh? My song, yeah. Because really, the inspiration I got, and I just gave I that inspiration to sing unto him, so I did it without you know, being afraid or anything, just, you know, just one up. I have it in I still, I have a whoop of different sound, you know. Yeah, and I write a different song, most of the songs I write is to jar, you know, the feeling that the people are, the suffering of the people. But I don't really do a lot of singing, there's only two I did, and I did one before, Earth Rightful Ruler. You know that album, right?
That's right.
Well, I sung that song too.
That's right.
Some people never really know it was I didn't think it was human or somebody, but, you know.
So, did you teach yourself to play keyboards?
Yeah, well, yeah. I used to make some bass guitar and out of some things, 3-string and 4-string, and used to try and back up some youths, you know, when I was younger. After that, now, my mother had a piano in the house. I just find myself just, you know, hooked on it. Although I never get no teaching, like, I mean, you know, lessons. My sister got it and my brother after me got it. But just ordained that I didn't get that kind of teaching. I just out of my head, coming from my heart, you know. And I started playing the keyboard and practicing. And so I was going to, you know, this high school, you know, Kingston College.
How old would you have been about this time?
Well, you know, 13 first. Look, I didn't pass an exam to go to school. That's first thing. They say I wasn't bright enough, according to them. You know, but, you know, Babylon system. You know, but my father got me into the school because he knew accountant, because he was accountant, and he knew accountant who worked in the school, so they work away and I pay some money and, you know, went to this high school. But most of the time I used to just play in the piano room, in the music room, you know, with my brother in Tyrone down there. I used to play with whalers. And next to him, Junior Boy, you know. So the three of us used to play, and we always tried to imitate Jacqueline 2.
Yeah.
You know, we used to call ourselves Jacqueline 1, Jacqueline 2, and Jacqueline 3. So, you know, all these vibes. We used to get a lot of beating for these things too, in school, you know. We used to go and play the church organ, the big pipe organ, because they had a big chapel, you know. This big pipe organ with the big pipes on that back. And we used to play reggae on it, you know, in the church. They say we were doing some, You know, but I see that was the way, you know, 'cause I wasn't following what they were setting, so I know that was the way.
Yeah. So how did you come to start playing the melodica?
Well, after I came out of school early, I didn't really do any big exam. I went about fourth form, and I was supposed to go to fifth form, but they say I didn't do good enough, so they hold me in fourth form. But I just didn't know the vibes of school again. I know just want me to learn and read and write and understand what's going on. But not to take on to them a lot of teachings, to get your head changed up. So I started seeking to, get myself recorded, because I had this vibe in me that I know how to do some recording, because, it was in me just balling out inside of me to come out, you understand? And I used to go down to Randy's every day and walk up and down my tape recorder all around Kingston, a lot of time. One time I went to Coxton, remember the two music, but those music was never released because he registered my name as Horace Swaby. That's my, my right name that they gave me. But years after I came Pablo, but he had those music singing, and maybe he himself don't even know, because he wasn't the one who recorded like Coxton himself. It was the engineer, and that engineer is working at Dynamics now. So I mean,
That's Sylvan Morris.
Yeah. He would have to be searching. And realize it's me he was playing that, because so much other people play for him, so he wouldn't know who is who. Yeah. So those music never really come out. So one day I went to Aquarius record shop, because I always buy a record here from a sound, rockers. But it was a disco at that time, But she's uptown we live now, kind of control massive youth. So I never play them, but they used to go on away sometime, because all kind of environment come, and sometimes they come to a party or a dance and they cut up people, and it used to create a vibe on me with the police and all these things, but I had to just lock it off for a time and start concentrating on music, And I was on my own, and one day I was celebrating girlfriend with a melodica, one of the first time on them. And, I asked her, can I get a borrow that pen and she give me it, But she just ended up giving me, because she never had any use for it. It was just there. She used to play it at school, but, she reached a different state that she don't have that vibes with that again. And I just go and use it. So I go down to Aquarius, and her man, Chinla, see me with the melodica, and he say, I'm looking for a new sound, because I don't want to use an organ, and no one, just want to do something different. Because he have that kind of vibes in him too, And he said, come to the studio next day, that's Randy's. And when I went down there, I blew a tune called Iggy. And East River Nile, that's the original East River Nile,
That track, East the River Nile, there's a story that when you re-recorded it over in the middle 70s, that you used the original recording.
Bass and drum.
Yeah, and overdubbed.
Yeah, and I took out the saxophone and I took out the original melody because I had a saxophone going, you know, and the rhythm, but I just bring in chin and carry the tubbies, you know, and just make tubbies engineered old music. And I stop on a kind of piano like a jazz piano like and chin up in a guitar. And I just blow it over, you know.
Yeah, and there's a third cut, isn't there, with King James, with Junior Delgado.
Yeah, I do it over.
Did you do the same thing with that, or did you just redo it completely?
No, I redo it over. If you listen to it now, man, because it's a different quality. It's 24 track that was done on Tough Gang Studio.
I mean, it sounds to me that you re-recorded it, but I did read in a report somewhere that somebody said that it was heavily overdubbed in the original.
No, man.
Which obviously isn't true. And after her and Chinloy, you went on to Clyde Chin,
Yeah.
and Randy.
Yeah.
How did that come together at that time?
Well, me and Clive used to go to school, you know, same school here. And Clive had come out to school same time, so. And Chewy had heard, you know, those, you know, instruments that I was playing and I kind of like it, you know. Cause those Chinese people look like they kind of have touch to those kind of sounds. Although they're Jamaican Chinese, but they have, you know, the roots is in them, same way. And, you know, I said, come on, you know, no matter this rhythm here, because this is a rhythm one made by a band a long time ago, and we just look over the rhythm now. And just, you know, get fully chin on them and then Santa, you know, complete. And that's Java. You know, but him gave me the dub plate and time for go and go rehearse, and I, you know, I come up with a good sweet melody, and when I came back and say, yeah, them like it, and we just go in the studio and blow it.
And that was your first big hit?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because otherwise the Roots people didn't know music and them things there, you know. That was around really established my name, really, you know.
It was fun.
On the west of American Road, to the east of American Road, here's the hottest Java.
know,
those days now, I used to play in the studio a lot, as a keyboardist or organist. Everybody used to use me, like most of those people in those days. Most of the music in that time. Big youth music, Gussie Clark music, all them producer them. And I used to arrange most around these things, like their personal production more than I used to just make those. They used to give me a free access to the studio too, because that's what I love with them. And I did this is Augustus Pablo LP after. But Java didn't come on it, because Java never really gone on LP. It went on an LP, but later on.
Yeah.
You remember, it's on man, I have it there too. Melodies with Joe White playing melodic
melodies.
Right,
That's
that one.
Trojan release.
Right.
That's right.
But original no LP really came out of Java, and that was a mistake Randy's made, because even when they did this Augustus Pablo, they should have put Java on it. But like they were thinking them kind of like, through Java gone and all them things, there's some fuck up thinking, like when by writing that they should have done. The first album should have on Java, because it was my hit. So that with this album on it did not, but that album was really great still.
Was it a popular album when it was released?
Yeah. I know it's still selling like gold, believe me.
I think it's one of the best albums that you've
It released in Japan too, because selling like gold, I don't know about the album, You see, at that time I was about 17 years old, going on 18, and I mixed that album, Yeah, so you must also understand. Because, you see, from when I was younger, I used to deal with studio work and love two-track and everything, so my knowledge was like a little bit increased from very early, So when I reached 18, it come like I'm doing all some man, this 40-year-old man work. That's why for years people see me and say, boy, I can't believe you Union Pablo. I think he's a big man, and the man will think all kind of thinking. People are older than me, them think so that I'm older than them, believe me. To the works,
Yeah.
I said they're working. You like the work we're doing, kind of make you look like and people imagine all kind of things in their mind about you. You understand? But good still,
you started to produce your own music. Was that because you were dissatisfied with working with other producers, or you just you knew that you had to control your own work?
Well, you see, when I was young, my mother always said to me, say, Horace, you can't just put your eggs in one basket, you must, always playing, with a band. Because she always trying to help me, encourage me that way, True sister, them can't win me, so them just encourage me, And, I just started deciding to produce a one tune myself, And I kind of like the vibe that, and I said, and I started learning more about my rights that time, Keith Hudson was, Keith Hudson, Keith Hudson was the first person really show me about my rights. Him and Errol Thompson from Randy's studio, I used to just the love of music. I never know I was to get money, I mean, I know there's some knowledge about something, but I never really, you needed people to tell you these things and guide you. And teach me about PRS, Performing Rights Society, and join it. And so I joined it in a very early stage, and I give thanks that I learned this. And I was interested to know about my rights, although I never know about it. It's not that I never care. I had to care because I love music and I was going at it forever. So you just have to care whether you want to care or not.
A lot of your first tunes that you did were really cuts of Studio One classics, Skanking Easy, Frozen Dove, Rock and Roll.
Well, because when I was younger, I just love Studio One. Everyone loves Studio One. So that don't stop doing over Studio One. But I mean, it really, those two tunes are really special to my heart. So I said I'm going to do two do-over before I just stick to original, because I had so much original in my heart. I never had the time to do do-over.
Yeah.
And that's why I practiced that from early, because I learned about my rights, and I learned, so when you do a man's song, when you get anything for it. So what is it saying? It's create your own. You have confidence to create your own song, to make people love your song too, just like a next man's song, So you just have to have that faith.
Yeah.
And know, not that's one part you have to know. Not guess spell and, don't sure and so that's the vibe that I really hold,
Because, personally, the beauty of those early recuts of the Studio Ones is that you added something to them, like Rockers Rock was an adaptation, wasn't it? It was slightly different from real.
Yeah, really.
And Skanking Easy had a different method to swing it.
What I was really doing is putting myself in it. And I'm going to tell you something what Johnny Dizzy said to me, because he was the one who blew out Skanking Easy. I went to Japan and we took Johnny Dizzy with us. The first time I got to Japan with Sword Syndicate band, they got the original band to back up, because the Japanese, they're so super that they got back the original band to back me up, and back up Sugar Man and back up everybody else. China band, Soul Syndicate. And it was really a joy, because, they really, when I played, well, when I go to so and I come back, I tell you that the whole different vibes change up from that time, man. Everything just, they even give me a xylophone to play. Cause Japanese, I don't know, they just, just took out the best out of you.
I read somewhere that the Japanese loved you so much because they felt that your music was similar to ancient Japanese.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, man, even some music I create at my house right now, I find that is, because in Japan, I can tell you this, in Japan they deal with a lot of meditation music, Believe me, when you go there, it's meditation music they deal with. So when you go to those places, you kind of really realize where you fit in. Because in the West, you see the music that I play is from the East. I'm in the West, but the song I play is from the East. Now, just I want to trace it out. I trace out the history of the song. Some of my Haile Selassie relatives, heard my music in America, I met his grandson, and one of them kind of sick. I wanted to meet my doctor. And him play my music to him, grandmother, him say, she don't listen to none of music, but she told me music. But when she heard my music, she was saying that this music, like she said, this music is from, like she's telling you, she didn't interpret it more than I can interpret it, believe me. I couldn't really, but that's why I just said East, because he just cover everything. Yeah. And the people related to it, especially those people in Japan. I know the African relatives say me, because a lot of Africans used to write me, and they love me for years. They've been writing me about music and Paul and certain people. Because all the way I produce is strict reality, That's what them know about Pablo. In Jamaica, they must have it that way, If a man come with a reality tune, the producer them say, let's go look for Pablo, man. It's set now, Because they know who is who. That man is a man who produce dancehall, that man is a man who produce Rasta music, that man is a man. It's set, So if you use a Rasta youth, and most likely, don't care what you do. If you go to certain, and we're still not going to please the producer, you're going to sing what you want to sing. They're going to say, better go to Pablo, man, because, them kind of them producers, so that's the way it is now. Because I don't really change to please them, I just stand up, whether them love me, hate me, want to kill me or not, So
what particular musicians were you using at this time when you first started doing your own productions?
Robbie Shakespeare, I used Family Man for a little bit because Family Man played Skanking Easy. Yeah. And Frozen was played by Robbie Shakespeare because at them time the Robbie was just coming on. Nobody never want to really give now. I was playing like a band named Youth Professionals. And I used to go over there and practice sometime with them, but nobody never really want to give Robin a blight to him just a come, So I just used to use him, but from I started using him, a lot of people just, because he was the one who played Cassava piece bass time, believe me. Same time we did Frozen Dub too. Because Dynamo Studio used. And it was really great, And
of course,
all of us was young and we just come in and we get some great sound. We just get a professional drummer play with us, thin leg, and I don't know that music just stand up so firm.
Of course, they were mixed at King Tubby's studio.
Yeah, that's where everything was done.
How did you manage to link up with Tubby? What's the story behind
Well,
that?
I just used to love King Tubby's sound from a longer time when I was a youth, and it was so great a joy to that I met King Tubby himself, Yeah, because he's a scientist, original scientist,
And how important was Tubby to you in the development?
Well, Tubby, I understand the music board more, the mixing board and everything there. I used to just go around and hook around the board and mix, and do all these things. Until I brought in one of my brethren, Philip Smart. He owns a studio in America now, H3NF, Well, he's my brethren. We all grew up in the same area here with Dale. We used to work together. I used to share dub with him. He had a sound, I had a sound, We just loved it. And he used to work at a place, a car place, and I said, Philip, leave them car place, man. What money I get? He might tell me to pay, and I said, I joked in that, Philip, man. But they couldn't, so he started taking time out half day, and come at Tubby's like a tour at 3 and start learning. Because Tubby's is the first person who started really giving in that farm, young engineers are breaking up. Youths. Yeah. Yeah, Tubbs is the one. Believe me.
How popular were these tunes at that particular
Which
time
one?
in Jamaica? The tunes that were gathered together on the King Tubby Meets the Rockers Uptown album.
Well, in the dance they were popular, you know, 'cause I used to hook up to most of the dance, you know. Like Tubby's used to use my music and promote, you know. I mean, he used to just push my instrumental, you know. You understand? Just like how somebody would just love Pablo instrumental. That's the way Tubby's was with me. Tubby's was like my father, you know. He bought a xylophone for me, and I started playing it in the studio. We used to do a lot of experimenting. Put it on dub plate and test on the sound.
Yeah.
Tubby was the #1 sound in the land, or in the world. When he built that sound, nobody never built a sound like that. Nobody used to do this thing. Even the echo what he used to have. They invent the whole echo thing. The Japanese invent the whole echo thing off of Tubby's thing. They can't fool me. I know everything. You know, 'cause I see, when we were doing these things, it was just a one in the world thing. Now everybody, they used to say music, our music is unfinished. In America, they used to say that years ago. I see that, you know, and I make a music, unfinished melody, just for them.
Yeah.
Because through their thoughts and what they were doing, I had to counteract them, you know. And now they come in and mix in the music just like how I mix heavy and poof poof and the whole echo thing and boom and drop out. And if you listen to a lot of those disco music and those hip hop music or whatever name you want to call it, you know. Even the idea of rapping and DJing. Look how long Jamaica people been DJing. Look how long.
Yeah.
So you see, when you check it out, a lot of them, everybody have the talent, but a lot of them don't have no much creative ideas. That's the whole part, that's the whole key to it. That intact inspiration. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if to bury it, or to put it down on the corner for one day. I don't know. You know, like talent.
Another important person that you worked with was Lee Perry.
Yeah.
How did you two manage to get together?
Well, true, I was going through a time when, I was in the hills and I kind of back off of the scene for a while and just, so when I come forward now, I never want to mix more certain people, so I just went to leave her place. I kind of pick up vibes with him, and I used to just work with him every day, play on him, session him sometime, and doing a little thing for him. So Chris Packer came by and said he wanted that album with me. So I said the only way I would do it is scratch if Chris Packer would pay me straight up, But I know it don't really come because after that a lot of things happened, And I went on my own and started putting back all my songs and started getting strong again in the music. I kind of ease off of producing for a while and take to the hills, learn more about myself and, checking out nature, as it really is, You have to give yourself that time to understand. You can't believe in the environment and don't understand what's going on. I mean, with the trees and the birds and everything. Because they are part of you, so, you can't go on like you don't see them. They are part of your life, keeping you healthy and strong.
And did you actually do an LP at Black Art?
Yeah.
Released?
No, some of the tracks were released, like,
Vibrates on.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, right.
Lava.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, the rest of them are on tape, but I think his wife had some of the tapes, because I saw her in America, and she told me that she had some of the tapes, and she wanted to give me, but just so I'm not really contact her in time,
Yeah.
Because I try going back to Jamaica.
Because there's a track on the Authentic Golden Melodies album, which is a melodic cut to Words of My Mouth.
Yeah, well,
Gatherers.
Yeah, right.
That was recorded.
That's Sangi, right? That's Sangi,
Sangi Davis.
Mm-hmm.
That was obviously recorded in the early 70s. Is that right?
Yeah. But that was done because Brad's bought that rhythm from scratch. And I was playing for Brad's in New York, Brad's. He's dead now, they killed him. But
Brad Osborne.
Right. But Brad's loved instrumental, he just loved me, And he had this LP, so right now I have it here and that. The rest of the tracks, because it's from that his wife sell out the things to Ras Record, and Ras Record, just call me because, a man with his rights, they don't fool around too much. So they just call me and deal with me humble, and gave me the whole of the tape with them. So I just mixed them, because I love him for that still,
So will there be more tracks from that period still that you're
Yeah, have some more, yeah, our next set.
Yeah, when the album of Eddie Gold Melodies came over, people couldn't believe it because these tracks were brilliant, you know, and people were surprised that, you know, they didn't even know that these tracks actually existed. Like the melodica cut to Slaving.
Oh.
And Concrete Line as well.
Right. Well, Brad's brought those cuts from, you know, he just bought the different rhythms and him tell me which one I like, and I tell him the one that I like, you know, cause, you know, I just choose the rhythm, so him just send to the producer them and back, and, you know, I carry it up back to America, and then we'll go to the studio, run it after 8 track, and then we just overdub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about some of the most important artists that you worked with in the 70s.
Yeah.
First of all, Jacob Miller. Can you tell me how you two got together?
Yeah, well,
those classic tunes.
Yeah, well, I kind of know Jacob just through spiritualness too, because, you know, me and Jacob just hook up, so I can't really, I can't how we that hook up, but, you know, we were just like brothers, you know, from the start, believe me. And, you know, he used to always say, Pablo, why you don't want to give me this rhythm, man, and get, you know? Yeah, because each one teacher in the house, and there was hosting on it, but he didn't come to the studio. I don't know if, you know, them days there, I don't know what happened. But I checked him to come and do this rhythm. And Jacob here at Tubby's one day, because that's where he did all his voice, you know. He just loved Tubby's, and, you know, he had this vibe about him. Because even in those days, you know, Jacob couldn't read, you know.
Right.
Yeah. It's after that period when he left out me and went amongst inner circle that they started giving him a tutoring and him pick up back, you know. Yeah, but to Jacob is a youth where from the youth he used to go to the studio from about 6. He recorded a song for Coxon, Studio 1.
That was a message.
Right.
It's on the back of the album that Green Snake just put out. It says that you originally wanted to redo it over. You wanted to recut Love Is a Message originally. And it came out as Keep On Knocking.
No, not really. They don't want to say that. It's not really that. No. It's just that I made this rhythm. And Jacob took some of the words from Love Is a Message. And plus, you know, because I said Keep On Knocking, he did that, you know. Because we come up with this song about Keep On Knocking, he can't come in. And he just trip in that word, he just put it right. You understand? Because them days, I used to put words, you know, my brother Philip Smart used to put words, you know, that's where we used to move. When we used to claim the rights, really. We just move as brethren, just strengthen and ex-brethren, car. You know what I mean? Nowadays you might want to claim the rights and all these things, but those days were just radical vibes all the way. And it really worked, because it was a harmony. I will see it is in the music, you can feel it in the music too. It worked. Yeah.
All we got shall drop blood. When I was a clean-faced man, they used to know my name, but now that I'm a dreadlocks man, they don't know me anymore. Alabama, the time must come again. Kings of kings and lords of lords, conquering the tribe of Judah. Yeah. Ooh. But now that I'm a dreadlocks man, all my friends turn against I. But time has come when they all should fall around. I know check the fall around. I dread. Now they know that that's the truth about I. Them dreading at this day, I dread. I see freedom amongst myself. With all my brethren shall see one day that I am a Rasta man. I my parents only want to see me in some white shirt and necktie around my neck. I dread. I'm not defend vanity, my friends. Don't judge a man by the way he looks. Judge him by his ways. 'Cause Allah, 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 Alabama, the time has come again.
Why didn't you do any more work after the 6 songs that you did? Why didn't you continue to
well,
work
not,
together?
I don't know, but you see, I really see myself in the music is not really to come on like, like an expert and anything. I don't know. Them days I never really have much money too, so there's a lot of answers you could get for those things, I didn't have, I had to just do things in my own timing, believe me, yeah. I have to survive, I have to pay rent, I have to do all, And I have to still invest in the music and it not turn over right away, so, you're fretting and worrying too, and, a lot of things.